Hey guys, welcome to Monday Night Team Flex Force weekly call. Super excited to hang out with you guys tonight. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. We're all repping flex sweatshirts. Hey, hella comfy. It's so funny. We're like all in them all the time. It's like a slight coincidence. Um, excuse me, I have like a cough and sore throat, so bear with me here, but I'm really excited to talk to you guys about running a killer coach sneak peek either with me or on your own or both. So we're going to talk about all the things. We do have one coming up that will be open for the whole downline, and we're just trying to freaking slay 2019. So let's hurry up. Announcements are always important. And now that I take the time to make my announcement boards, we have to, oh my gosh, this is not going to switch. Hold on. I have to open this first. My computer was like being so slow, but we're good now. Okay. So large. Okay, shout out to everybody who has helped change at least one life so far in January. I like brain farted on the month. That means that you're on this board, so it's amazing. An extra shout out to the people that have already locked in their non-negotiable for moving their business forward. I kind of talked about this at my Super Saturday when I was speaking at, like, everyone feels some type of way about Success Club, but it has the word success in it for a reason. It's not like to be rigid in your business, like I have to only sell challenge packs, but it's a bare bones minimum to make sure you're making moves in your business forward and not going backwards. So way to go, everybody on the board. And I really hope to see double the amount of people in Success Club 5 and like triple the amount of people in Success Club 10 by next week. By the way, killer guest speakers lined up the next couple weeks, guys. News, we're down this week, 19 new coaches this week. Remember, you should be shooting for 2 a week if you want to really be hitting that $500 a month milestone and really growing your team, being on offense rather than defense. And that's just one of those things. It's like a decision. Like, just decide that you're gonna do what it takes to get those 2 people a week. And I'm going to jump down here and I'm going to help you out with that. I've kind of been helping with invites. If your invite's not working, please reach out. I'm pretty good with words now. I've been doing this for almost 4 years. So I'm pretty good at knowing what's going to work to get people to respond. But I'm also going to help with posts that will be good lead generators. And these sometimes flop, sometimes don't. Even if they don't flop, we don't delete them. We just keep pushing forward. So that will be every Thursday. I have it scheduled so I won't forget. And that will be up in just a post in the team pages, but I'll like direct you on how to do that effectively. Back up here, our Diamond Retreat is scheduled for April 25th through the 28th. And I highly recommend, like, I visualize my goals. Like, if you want to be at this retreat, make sure you have the time to take off work, like make arrangements for your kids or your pets or whatever so that you can go, like set it up so that like act like you're going and then, manifest it and do the work it takes to get to Diamond. You need to lock it in by February 14th, Valentine's Day, and Leo's birthday. And then you do have to hold it for 6 weeks, 6 consecutive weeks to get your invite. Now, this is our first team call since I got the call from corporate that you guys, I'm just like, I didn't expect to get like emotional, but Flex ended elite number 34. I expected like 36 or 37, but I was floored. I'm so proud of all of your work in 2018, and to get to celebrate all of 2019 as an elite team is just, it's epic, and I can't wait to blow up 2019. Summit tickets are officially on sale. They're on sale, and so now's the time to get your ticket. Same thing, like manifest it, get your ticket, make arrangements for your kids, like make make this a priority. It is a job requirement, in my opinion. I've never missed a summit, and every time I come back from summit, my business is on fuego. I'm going to talk about the coach sneak peek, obviously, tonight, and you're going to mark your calendars. And remember that everyone who hits Success Club will get one of these super cute cups to show off your Energize and Fruit Punch Energize coming sometime in February. They have not released a date yet, so I haven't decided what they'll say yet, but on that note, I am talking to somebody about team apparel. So if you have ideas, not Rachel's strong suit, if you have ideas of like, if you want zip ups, if you want tank tops, what style, what color, things you want to just say, like, please, like reach out to me. And I can collect them and like figure out what we're going to do, because I don't have that creativeness, but I want more team stuff. Obviously, it's for all our needs. It's like meant to be. Okay. Coach Summit, obviously got to get there. Shout out to everyone who has gotten their ticket and is committing to moving their business forward. And if you're not on this list and you are, please make sure you edit the file. Just go to the file section of Flex4 Spam and add your name. Okay, let's get into it. I just made this all one thing. Like, look at me. Running a bomb-ass coach info sesh. So for a while, I wasn't really even doing coach info sessions because I just was having more success behind the scenes, but that's not necessarily duplicable down into the whole team. And I knew there had to be like a more efficient and fun way, because so many people are looking for the community. Like, how can I create that? And I was talking with another coach, and she was like, Rachel, I basically crushed Coach Sneak Peek. So I was like, shut up. So I was like, teach me. And so she did. And she taught me. It's super, 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 super simple. Probably the most simple coaching peak I've ever run. And I like piloted it with Danielle in like 2 days. We like threw it together. And it wasn't even a big group between the two of us. And I think I got, there were less than 30 people in there between the two of us. I think there were like 25. And Danielle signed up a couple coaches who are crushing it. And I signed up 4 or 5 who are crushing it, one of which has already hit Emerald in less than a couple of days. So shout out to Justine. So it can be done. And anyways, the best part was that, like, prior to doing it this way, coach info sessions were like, and by the way, I'm calling it that and not a coach sneak peek, because people are like, what the actual fuck is a coach sneak peek? They're like, I don't know what that is. But an info session or a backstage pass is like not jargon, coach jargon. So that's why I'm calling it that. I'm like getting it into my brain. I'm like, I will call it an info sesh forever. But when I used to do them, they were like so draining. Like, and I remember like coaches saying like, you should be tired after you do a coach sneak peek. And that's wrong, in my opinion. I don't think that's fun. 2, that's not duplicable, because no one's like, yay, can't wait to be exhausted for 3 days. And it doesn't make people want to like do them more. So I'm actually running one right now with another coach on a different team, the one who taught me this. And it's going like amazing. Like, I can't wait to welcome these girls to the team. And they're like my dream girls. So I'm going to walk you through what it looks like, what you can do, whether you're going to do it on your own, or if you want to just piggyback off of mine. You're the CEO, but I am going to do something that most other coaches do not open their coaching piece to the whole downline. But I'm like, why? Like, what's the harm? You know, I do think your girls want to hear from you the most, but if you're doing the tricks that I teach you in this, I think it will be magical, and enough that you don't need to feel like you need to put that on your plate. I know it can be, they're kind of intimidating, especially when you feel like you don't have like all the tools in your toolbox yet. I know the feeling. You do have all the tools, I want to tell you that, but I know what it's like to feel that way. So I want to be able to just provide that crutch for you guys. And then when you don't need the crutch, like, you can just strap it off, you know? Okay. So step 1, I want you to add yourself to this group. I will link it. I can't do it right now. Maybe somebody can do it in the chat. Oh my God. Well, it's going right to there, but I'll go there later. Goodness. Hot mess express here. Okay. And save the bit.ly, because bit.lys have like a weird statistic. Like when it's something cute like this and not facebook.group/467p63, they're more likely to click this than they are the p63 one. And your other part of step 1, there's more than one step. It's probably step 2, but I didn't make it that way. Mark your calendars for January 24th and 25th. That is a week from this Thursday, Friday, aka you need to start inviting to this now. Please do not get in your brain that that's far enough away that you'll invite next week. No, that is a trap. Please don't do that. If I thought it was enough time to do that, I would have scheduled it for this weekend. Okay, so like I know what I'm doing. I really know what I'm doing. So listen to me and start inviting to this now. I did move it up a week. I know you guys are going to be freaking pumped after this call, so I want you to start inviting to this straight after this call. Step 2, when you are inviting to the info sesh, aka right after this call for the next week and a half, you need to track your people that you're adding into the group some way, somehow. I'll share my system for sure at the end here, but you need to have a way of doing that, because I can't make everybody an admin. It's just not possible for me to do that. I will accept everybody into the group beforehand, obviously, and you'll be able to like see the members and stuff. You're just going to want to have a way of tracking it. So get creative, and you'll be able to see what's in the group before I take everything down. It's still up from our last info session. Yeah, I was calling it a sneak peek from our last info session a couple weeks ago. You need to be talking about coaching and your info sesh a lot in your stories and in your DMs, like a lot, like every single day, a lot. And feel free to like go on tangents. If you've seen mine, I have these like slides that I made on Canva, like kind of about my story. And I do have the swipe up feature, but I get a lot of people added by using the poll. I usually get like 10 people to do the poll. So that's just like some numbers to throw at you guys. Like I have almost 20,000 followers and 10 people click my poll, but it's a decent amount for talking about coaching. But the kicker is, this is what I did this time. Game changer is after I did my whole like spiel, my story, or I went on a rant, one of the two. I did both this weekend. I went into the people who saw my stories and watched the rant all the way through. It was like 5 talking slides. And I went through and I was like, I said something like, I know you watch my story or watch my stories. All right, go. I see you saw. Sounds kind of weird to say. Me talking about my story and how, how coaching has changed my life. Like I'm like cliche eye roll, but it has. Have you thought about joining? So I'm calling them out that they watched the information presented, and I'm basically like handing them a really nice, friendly, I'm being silly invite. And I got people added, people who had been thinking about it, but they're nervous, and people who are like, I have been thinking about it. Like, how can I get added? I'm like, did you follow the directions of the story? But I'm just kidding. So that's a game changer. I learned that invite from actually our guest speaker on our team call for next week, Katie Roser, at my Super Saturday. So you can do that with your boot camp invites too. Like, hey, I saw you saw the information about my next boot camp. Are you going to join? Like, it's chill. You call them out. I mean, they're watching you. Like, use that to your advantage. Okay, I totally went off on a tangent, but that was like super effective for me this weekend. So I needed to share. And then when you're getting people in the group, you need to set the expectation. I cannot emphasize this piece enough. Please write this down. You need to set the expectation with your girls or guys that the expectation is to participate in the group. It's not just a take group. You don't need to say it like this, but just say that you're expecting them to participate because you're trying to get to know them as much as they're trying to get to know the team. So it's really important that they're participating. And I'll talk more about this shortly. So this is super basic. Getting in the Facebook group, talking about coaching so far. Like, these are things you should be, besides being in the Facebook group, you should be talking about coaching all the time anyways. Things to know. This event will not be draining. It will be super, super, super fun, and you will sign coaches if you do this correctly. Okay, sound good? There will be an agenda posted by me. The info session is only 2 days. It's very brief. It's awesome. The more people you have in there, the more you will get to sign up. Don't think that if you put 2 people in there, they're going to both sign up. Highly unlikely. I told you that Danielle and I had like 25 people in there. And this is the best ratio I've ever seen out of a coaching peak. And collectively, I think we signed about 7 people up. That's a huge ratio, but that's 1 in 3. So less than. So the more people you have, I mean, if your goal is diamond, you need 5 more coaches. 1 in 3, you better be getting like at least 15 people in there. But I always say a goal minimum of 20. I work for 50 for where I'm at in my business. So put that into perspective. If you want to be me, get 50 people in there and work until you do, you know, like and that's another reason I want you to start inviting right after this call. And you need to participate in the group too. So I'll show you the group, and there's posts where they introduce themselves on the agenda post. Like, please be, especially on your girls or guys stuff, comment back and have that conversation so you're really getting to know them too. And see who else you connect with. Like, you never know who's going to be joining the team, and like you might really have something unusual in common with. And it's cool to establish those relationships early on. There's only 2 informational videos for them to watch, 2 to 3. And then I will also share various transformations in there, which is cool because I think it's important that coaches know that you get to be selfish and work on yourself first every single day. Okay, step 3, this is also hugely important. I'm sorry, I just don't know where to put this little window here. There we go. On the morning of each day of the event, you're going to want to message your girls and remind them of what's on the agenda for the day. So that's like so important. This has been a game changer because one, then they're like, oh, I've had girls like, okay, I'll set an alarm. And then they're like tuned in. Obviously the videos are like recorded and they stay up, but then they have a reason to like be engaged in the group. They know what's coming. And then this gives them a chance to have that behind the scenes conversation and ask you any questions that they might have. Okay, and I'm gonna go, I promise I'm gonna go in depth about everything that's covered, but I want you to have the steps. Step 4 is to follow up with all of your prospects before the new coach kickoff call that will be the following Sunday. That is so important because one, the new coach kickoff call is epic. It's a game changer. The new coach kickoff call will always be, I like to run coaching peaks on Thursday, Friday because people have payday on Friday. And I like to have kickoff calls on Sunday because it just like kicks the week off, you know? So it will always be run that way. We'll probably have team-wide coaching peaks every 2 to 3 weeks, and it will always run with this format. The new coach kickoff call will always be on Sunday. So the group will be Thursday, Friday, and the kickoff call will be on Sunday. Okay, so let's talk about what is covered. This is like driving me absolutely nuts that I can't like put this over here. Okay, sorry, I'm like all over the place. One more. Okay. Oh my gosh, it's like so much better. Okay, so what's covered? There's one like pre-start video. So let's say we're gonna start on Thursday. So on Wednesday is when everyone will collectively be added to the group. And this is what you should do if you're running your own. This is what you should do. Is one, get into the group that we're running team-wide and use the posts in there and like copy paste. That's like how I did this. So the day before is when you accept everyone in at the same time. And up already, you should have the agenda with the like welcome post, and I'll show you what this looks like in a minute. I think this is my last slide. Yeah. And then you're gonna if you're running this with somebody else like I do, then one of you, obviously not both of you, are going to go live explaining that. So I explain it like this, like it's a two-way interview. I'm like, no, you don't need to dress up. You don't need to answer hard questions, but we just want you to participate so that we can see if you're going to be a fit for our team. Like there's honestly nothing worse than not knowing what you're getting into, right? So I'm like upfront about that, and I'm like, it's a two-way street. Like you're getting basically to interview me, so I want to be able to interview you. So please, please, if you haven't already, please go introduce yourself. I'm gonna post with the agenda. We really want to get to know you. If you already have, you're freaking killing it. You're on top of it. I go nuts about the energy in the group because going off about energy is just going to bring you more energy. So that's what it's done. I've done this format quite a few times now. And it's crazy. Like I'm always like, I can't believe this energy. And it's amazing. So that's it for the pre-day. I'm just like so chill. It's like 3-minute live video. And then day 1 is a video of your story. So if you're running it with 2 people, I really just recommend no more than 2 people. You don't need like 45 stories up. So it'll be a video of your story and maybe that other person's story. And on the agenda, have the times that they're going to be posted. These do not need to be live videos. I have like one I really like. I'll redo it when my story changes a little bit more soon. But it's just a YouTube link. I just posted up there with like some directions in the body of it, of what I want them to look for. And in my video, I actually tell them to like drop a GIF when they watched it. And so then the second person does that. So they're pretty much like back to back, like within a half hour. And then day 2 is that video of like the ins and outs video. It's like, you guys, I haven't seen anything else like it. Like there's no other video that can get you all the information that you need in literally 10 minutes. Otherwise, like this other coach that I'm running it with now, she did like sort of a webinar. She's like, it's like 30 minutes. So they would be like really, I mean, should I put on a video now? I'm like, I gotta be ready for 30 minutes. So I tried it with the 10 minutes ins and outs video, and we had the same outcome. So she's like, we're doing it with the ins and outs video. She's like, I'm sold. Like, no way. And then on that day 2, somebody just puts up like a collage of before and after pictures, which I have. You can use. I just made it in like 4 seconds on Canva. And then later in the day, you open registration. And I then went live with like the ways to join, and I remind them in the body of the video that they're also going to get training. The important thing is to just start, and how they need to join, like what that needs to look like for them to get their pack. And that will look different when we do this whole group for what I'm about to show you. And I tell them something else that's important too, but it's obviously not that important because I can't remember. So, and I just go live with that, and I have them pick out their pack behind the scenes, because you guys, we just have so many freaking packs. Like, and if most people, I'm having them get Transform 20 because they need to do Transform 20 if they're a new coach. Like, this program's huge. But yeah, so we do that behind the scenes, and that will happen behind the scenes when we do this whole group. Let me take you to the page here. Well, nope, that's the wrong bit.ly. Oh my gosh, that's so embarrassing. That's why she just messaged me. Okay, so redo here on the link. I have a bit.ly for this. Just give me a sec and I will get it to you. Hold on, I gotta tell her it was a mistake. I'll get it before we get off here. That's so funny. That's going to be recorded. Oh my God, that's so funny. That's like so me. But anyways, we'll just go. Oh my God. So request to join this group. Oh my God. So it will stay the same group every time. I'll just remove, I'm not sharing my screen. Wow, get it together, Rachel. This is what happens when I get sick, guys. It's totally fine if you add yourself to the other group. Cassie was actually like, that's such a good idea. I'm a moron. Okay, see, you don't have to have all your shit together to be successful, guys. Isn't that a relief? So this is what it'll look like. It will be empty when we start, besides an updated schedule. So if you're running this on your own, this is what I do, and you can go in there, and I will copy all this information to a Google Doc tomorrow, and you can have that as well when I upload this video to the team page to have all the info, because I think the information in the body of the post is important. So this is the schedule. Everyone likes an agenda to know what to expect, and this is where they introduce themselves. And yeah, so like when we do this for the whole team, it'll just say like XOXO Flex Force Fam. Like it won't be personalized to me. Everything will be team oriented. These are not in order. So then the first video was, this is the like expectations. So I'm like, welcome, and I'm not gonna read to you because you can read, but this video, you can watch it, is way too long. I just like rambling, but I just set the expectations of that I want them to participate in the group. And look, people are like commenting, 10 comments. Look up here in the intro one, lots of comments. And then Danielle did hers. And always asking a question, what surprised. So they have like a reason to comment. This is the transformation pictures and talking about like this. Just in my story, by the way, I should have mentioned this. I debunk myths in my story. So like saying like, like so many people think that you need to be so active on social media. Like I didn't even have an Instagram. Like my Instagram was deleted when I started, and I was sharing like nothing on my Facebook. So I talk about that stuff like within my story itself. So it doesn't need its own video. I don't like to give negative things a lot of light, So this is the information about joining, or like shout out to anybody who's on here. I just picked off the team page stuff. But talking about the fitness side, okay? And here is my video, video one, and as you can see, it's just a YouTube video like that I made. Anyways, then came all of the details video, and so I tell them what to expect. So I'm like, you're going to learn what we do as coaches, how we make money, and how you can be the next member of the team. You'll get all the goods, what it means to be a coach, live your best life, blah, blah, blah. Registration will open later today. And I asked them what surprised them about what we do, because I love the answers. I really do. And then I went live to talk about how they can join the team. And I was having them email, but we're not gonna do that part. They will tag their coach that invited them in the comments, and then sort of like how we do the flash sale, and then it will be your job to reach out to them to find the best package for them. So, and then this is super important that I share this, like that they'll get a welcome email. They're gonna get my personal cell phone number and business training. They'll get a new coach call on Sunday. And of course, our personal mentorship every step of the way. Again, all this will be team structured. Like I'll say, you will get your coach's phone number. I assume everybody does that because I do that. And if you don't, I think it's a really nice personal touch, especially if you're working with people you haven't like personally met. And I just thank them for like hanging out with us. And I just share like, I mean, you can watch the videos because you guys are going to all be added in here. And that's that. It's like, I mean, I went in super big detail, but that's the gist. Let me give you the stupid bit.ly. It's so embarrassing that I did that. Love me anyways. What other questions, or any questions, I'll scroll through this. It is going to be awesome, and it will bring you coaches who, I want to tell you my system for bringing people in. Here is the correct bit.ly, and it matches the name of the group. So bit.ly/FF_backstage_pass. Corinne, if they don't have Facebook, I really encourage them to make like a dummy Facebook. We do this like for the flash sale too, so that they can, when they're going to want the resources that we have as coaches, like in the team pages and stuff, we just can't really recreate that anywhere else. They don't have to use Facebook. I have a lot of clients that do this actually, and they make like Facebook dummy accounts, I call them, like for shells, like they're really empty, but they could just use it. They don't have to be on that platform, that social media platform. Okay. Okay, so the easiest way to see who's watched my stories all the way through is to go to the last part of your like rant, or like that video that you finished talking about like coaching or whatever, and then use that one instead of the one that has the most views. Go to the one that you end. It'll be less views, but they've watched all of it. Oh, Gina just answered that. Wow, that's annoying that I did that. Okay. You can absolutely invite discount coaches, and you should, for sure. Discount coaches make amazing coaches later on. I started as a discount coach. Ashley Molstead, Emily Faber started as discount coaches. So many people start as discount coaches. I'm gonna like this cough. This is gonna be an awful recording. I'm so sorry. But that, you guys, this is it. I mean, it's so basic. It's so fun. And it works. And I keep forgetting, but I'm going to show you my application. This has been huge for me, is people are coming into the team knowing the expectations that they're going to have to push a little bit outside their comfort zone day to day and become better. And they're going to, like they're going to have some self-motivation. So this is, I will show you my screen. And you can see my questions. Like if you go to like my Instagram profile, in my link tree, you can see this application. This is how I direct people to the Coach Sneak Peek 100% of the time. I send them this application, which also has a cute bit.ly that I made. Guys, making a bit.ly takes about 1 second. And it lays out some expectations, and it lays out a little bit of my story. This is very basic. As for their email address, their name, their Instagram handle, where they're located, important because not servicing in Thailand currently. I want to know a little bit about their life, what draws them to our family. And then these are a game changer, and I almost pooped my pants when I added these questions, but they are a game changer because people know what to expect once they sign up. They're not surprised. On a scale of 1 to 10, how self-motivated are you? People are freaking honest, let me tell you. So I added this because it's not my job to check in with coaches on a daily basis. You can watch my video on True Accountability in the team page if you want. That's not my job as your mentor. Some people disagree, but it's not true. And then you should watch my video if you disagree. I'll tell you what. Anyways, I want to know. I want girls who are like rhinos like me who go after goals. And then this question: how willing are you to push outside your comfort zone? So people who are 1, 2, 3s, they're not going to be super successful coaches because they're not willing to push a little bit outside their comfort zone. At least not right away. And I want to know that. So these are my questions. what is it, like 5 questions? So this is how I get them into a coach sneak peek. One, it saves their email address. It goes into like a Excel doc. So I have a way of tracking who's in my coach sneak peek. And then if you go up to this wheel, this settings wheel, and click presentation, you can change the confirmation message. This is only if you use Google Forms. I don't know how to do this if you use something else, but then the confirmation message is about getting them into the coach sneak peek. I have the link for them, which this is the wrong one. This is for the one I'm currently doing. And I'll have the correct one when we do ours in next week. And it has my expectation on there. There are a couple people who forget to click the link, and I just email it to them because I've seen their application. So that's how I do it. You don't have to do that, but it makes it very easy for me to collect people's info. I swipe up to the form, Robin, but a lot of people I'm individually sending the form to after an invite. So I obviously use that to my advantage, that I have 10K followers, but I don't rely on it because a lot of people want that personal message, you know? Hey, Rebecca, if you have a lot of coaches like that you're finding in your Instagram, this is kind of like a separate training, but I'll answer it. You're going to want to go into like bloggers accounts and engage with their engagers. So people who are liking their posts, and find people who aren't coaches. I will do a live video about this tomorrow, and I will pin it as an announcement forever because this is a question people ask pretty much every day. Yes, my confirmation email, I will literally put all the information in this recording. And even if you've already watched it live, like you can have all the information. I'll have the correct bit.ly. I will say like, attention, I said the wrong one at the beginning. I'll have the confirmation message. If I forget anything else, Casey, text me and tell me everything I need to include. The correct bit.ly, confirmation response, anything else I'm forgetting, let me know. But this is something, you guys, that you can either run yourselves or you can piggyback off of what I'm going to run for the whole team, or you can do both. So if we don't have one scheduled for the team, and you feel like you need something to invite to, feel free to run your own, like buddy up with somebody and step outside your comfort zone maybe a little bit. And you know, it really only requires you doing one video yourself, maybe 2, but one going live, setting the expectations, and one telling your story. And everybody's story, I don't care if you signed up yesterday, everybody has a story about why they signed up. I've made literally over 50 videos of my story because I've been a coach for 4 years almost. So I remember making my first story, and I was like, had no idea what I was doing. I literally posted on Facebook, like my public feed. But anyways, your story is always evolving. So I want to empower you, if you want to do one yourself, to just do it and to like learn by doing, you know, like what's the worst case scenario if you run a coach an info sesh, and what's the worst case scenario? Like nobody signs up. Is that really a worst case scenario because you learned how to do it, you got more confident, and you have one under your belt? Like, I don't think there's a worst case scenario. And if people ask hard questions, feel free to ask me and I'll give you the hard answers. And like, I just want to really make 2019 our year. And my goal for this team is to lock in superstar, you know, before summit. So qualifying, like my goal is to qualify right after my birthday, start qualifying. That's it in March. So I'm just really excited. And I'm excited for this opportunity to share all this with the downline, whether you want to take it and run yourselves or do it with the whole team. I don't think there's a wrong way either way. So if you only have one person in there, my suggestion, only have one person in there engaging, I would recommend finding more people to add. and then sending them the day of the videos, when you're messaging them to remind them of what's on the agenda, say, make sure that you're participating. Remember, I'm using this as a tool to see if you'd be a good fit for me as well. I remember talking to Danielle. She was like, I was real nervous when you were going to do that video. Like, I thought no one was going to participate, but people just like direction. People just like it's like that in my challenge groups. They just want to be told what to do and how to do it correctly. And obviously I'm not yelling at them like, do this, like, I was like friendly, and it's for a purpose. So that's been a game changer. And I shared that at my Super Saturday too. And the other elite coaches were like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. I did not come up with it. Another Cassidy did. But I love it because then it gets people the behind the scenes love and interaction from you. And they know what to expect for the day. Then you can call them out, and it's great because it's breathing new life into the team. People are coming in knowing that the expectation is to participate. I'm just telling you, there's no worse feeling than putting up a post like I've poured my heart into, or I've done recognition and like no one comments. It sucks. But if new coaches are coming in and they know that's the expectation is to participate, it just breathes life into everybody and everybody benefits. So I just think I'm just excited. Can you tell? I can't wait. I really wish it was this weekend, but it's not enough this week, but it's not enough time. Guys, you have to get inviting now and talking about coaching, and you should get on your stories after this and say that you just learned how to, run a killer info session. You can't wait to kick it off. Things like that. It doesn't even have to be a direct invite, but then people who watch it, like, go invite them to learn more about it. Like, super chill invite. Like, hey, you saw that I'm running an info sesh about what I do. Would you want to check it out? And then super chill. Don't word vomit. Don't tell them like about making money. It sounds too good to be true. Like, think if you were to get a message like that, if you've never gotten a message like that, I'm like, it just sounds too good to be true. And I promise I bring it in my live videos about, like, I know this sounds too good to be true. I know it sounds cliche. I know it sounds like this, but it's not, and I'm passionate. I'm telling you guys this too. I'm passionate about sharing the opportunity with others because it has changed my life. And again, it's cheesy and it is cliche, and I don't like to, I'm a realistic person, but it's true, it has. And so it's literally my obligation to do that for others, even if, like, sure, just pays for their groceries for a week. Like, that's why I do this. That's why I mentor. And if you want to build an empire, like, flex, like, hell yeah, So nobody else has any other questions. That's what I have. If you have another question, just be like, wait, put it in the chat and I'll wait. God, I'm so sorry about this cough, but I'm super fired up. Mark your calendars if you're doing the team-wide one. If you're not doing the team-wide one, do me a huge favor and message me when you're doing it on your own, because I want to be on the lookout for it. I want to support your polls in your on your Instagram stories. I'll totally go engage. I mean, obviously you can ignore like my response to the poll. You don't need to add me, but I want to be on the lookout for you signing up coaches. I want to be ready to answer your questions as you are adding people or doing your own sneak peek and that sort of thing. So if you're not doing it with the team on the 24th and 25th and doing it on your own, totes fine. Just shoot me a message and let me know when. And if you're doing it with somebody, I'd love to know who with. And I'm not trying to be controlling. I want to be as helpful as possible. Does that make sense? But I hope you guys are feeling like really good and really chill about it. Like, just that it's like, I mean, it's like easier than I feel like I presented like nitty gritty, but I promise it's literally a total of 3 videos. So just everyone's fire was good. I'm glad you guys were really loving this. And it's so duplicable, whether your team starts to invite to the downline coach sneak peek or yours, or they feel empowered to do it themselves because it's so easy. It's so simple, but I just don't want to, I'm going to give you guys a little background. If you don't give a shit, you can hop off. But many people in the network, I'm going to share my philosophy and my heart a little bit. Many people in the network don't open anything to their whole downline. They only do things with like a couple of PS coaches, or they cut it off at PS coaches. And I was kind of like, I get it, because and it's a lot of people I look up to in the network, and they're like, I want to empower my team and I want to empower my team to do these things themselves. And I 100% get that. So I want to empower you. If you want to do this yourself, I'm sending the empowerment. This is like the empowerment emoji. I'm sending it to you right now. I'm empowering you, but I don't want to hold people back. I don't want your success to be halted because you don't have the like opportunity to invite someone. You know what I mean? Like, what if there's I don't know, you find someone that this changes their whole life. They end up being a superstar next year. I don't know, but, and otherwise you wouldn't have run your coach sneak peek. I just want the opportunity to be there for everybody. And to be honest, like, everybody benefits from the volume. There's no worst case scenario, but I want everyone to let everybody know that if you want to do this on your own, I'm empowering you. And if you're not ready to do it on your own, I'm giving you the opportunity and all of the tools to have the success and to build your team. Okay. I saw a couple good questions. You can start adding to the info session, but I will not accept anyone until next Wednesday, right before I go live. No, not everyone will be sharing their stories, because that would be like just a lot. So that's another reason I encourage you to do your own, or to send your story to them behind the scenes if you don't want to do your own. That's another way to do it too. It will be probably me and one other video story I like to share too, just for different perspective. Okay, Gina and Jesse are going to snuggle in Bora Bora. Okay. Super simple, right? There's no crazy videos on objections. While they're great, they just shed light on negative stuff. And they're like, I didn't think about that, There's no, like, all the 75 ways you make money. It's just basic. Like, this business is so simple. So I love that we can present it super simple. And the mantra in my info sessions is that the important part, the key ingredient for success in this business, is to learn by doing and to just start. That's as simple as it gets, because the coaches who have come out of the gate crushing it, I know I did. Once I decided to coach, I just came out and I was like, I'm just doing it. And I would just learn, and this has been the same thing I've heard from other coaches starting and crushing it. They're like, I just learn by doing. Learn by making crappy posts that you think are great, and then you're like, oh my God, I only got 2 likes, and you learn, I'm not saying that happens to everybody, but it happened to me. And I'm like, okay, that's not a great post. I'm like, how can I add value? I'm going off on a tangent, but you know what I mean? And to be consistent, yes. They know that that's the expectation, and then they are going to have to get uncomfortable and do some hard things. That's why that question has been key on my application, and I love it. And I just love knowing where people are at. And then, like I said, they know coming in, I'm sure my new girls on this call, you're not shocked when I tell you that you need to be inviting, and that's uncomfortable, or just this normal feeling. But it's not a shock that you have to do things that make you a little uncomfortable. It's new, it's a new business. So I'm super excited, you guys. Can't wait to freaking crush this and just slay 2019. And I will post all all of the information in the team page. And if you need a link, if you need you have a question, please, please, please message me. I'm not a mind reader. I can't read your mind. And if I can help in any way, make something more simple, basic, and more fun, I want to. I just need to know, and I'll help you out. So I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out tonight. I can't wait to see. Should we set a goal of how many people? I don't know. Just kidding. I don't know how many people are going to do it independently and how many we're going to get in the coaching peak, but I can't wait. I'm hoping for a big number. I have one in mind. But I love you guys. Have a great night.